Show Life as a Rock Star right here on a special edition tonight as we welcome the guys from Angels in Vain to the show. Very special edition. Welcome everybody out there on Facebook Live. Thank y'all for joining in. We've got a bunch of people out there watching. If you have any questions, feel free to post them on there and I'll try to catch them through there. And I think we have we got Chris on the line, if I'm not mistaken, here. So we'll go ahead and get to the show and get to answering some of the questions. And we do have their single, which is available on CD Baby, out right now. We'll play it here in a few minutes for everybody. Also, remember, I've got a few housekeeping things I want to get done. PM Star Promotions, email Patrick at pmstarpromotions.com. You can check him out at pmstarpromo.com for any of your promotional needs. Caps, banners. He takes care of my decals also, which is I have available the Fred Michael Show logo. He does my caps and my banners for my appearances that I use. Also, Titanic here in Pigeon Forge in Branson. It's TitanicPigeonForge.com, TitanicBranson.com. They're great friends of the show. Make sure you go check them out. Also, the $1.7 million violin that was played while the Titanic was going down is on display here in Pigeon Forge. Also, in Branson, they've got the outfit that Leonardo DiCaprio was wearing in the movie. It's on display out in Branson, so they've got you covered at either one. Great family fun and beautiful museums at both locations, so make sure you go and check them out. And for ticket reservations and get your tickets, call 1-800-381-7670, and make sure you tell them you heard it right here on the show here at Fred Michaels. And also, my good friend Mike Bailey, the drummer of Bret Michaels, he's got a project there for his record label, Platonic Records. He's got a GoFundMe page set up. It's gofundme.com/musicforschools. He's raising money to put musical instruments there in a high school there in the Virginia, D.C. area. So make sure you go check that out. And if you go by there, and make sure you tell him you heard it also here on the Fred Michaels Show. So again, I want to appreciate everybody out there on Facebook for checking that out. Also, my t-shirts are available on coolbandshirts.com. Go to Tribute Acts, check my shirts out right there, and I sure do appreciate that. And again, Celeste, I want to thank you for being the latest one to help the Fred Michaels Show on GoFundMe.com/TheFredShow. Your package is on its way, and when my new caps come in, the finisher package out, it will be sent. So appreciate that. And tell you what, we'll go finish this up, and we'll be right back with our guest, Angels in Vain. Again, we're going to get right on down to business. I'm thinking this might be Chris, but let's go ahead and let's check the line and make sure before we. Is this you, Chris?
Hi, is this Fred Michaels?
Okay. Then I guess I was wrong.
No, you ain't wrong, man. All right, come on.
All right, well, hey, okay, well, I got you on the line. Let me welcome to the show. We're going to bring him right to your house now.
We got Eric Stacy Blades here.
Oh, we
skip a whole word.
Oh, we got everybody here then, huh?
You got everybody that counts in this moment.
Hey, that's all that matters then. Hey, whoever's important, we got them right here, right now. So let's welcome to the show, Angels in Vain, right here to the Fred Michaels Show, everybody. All right, go ahead and introduce everybody to the audience. Everybody, go ahead.
Chris Vandal, lead pickle, Angels in Vain.
Stacy Blades, lead guitar.
Eric Stacy, bass guitar.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys.
That's what you got.
All right. Well, thank y'all so much for taking your time to be on the show. It's an honor for me to have you on my show. And there's nothing like a special edition of the show, you guys, and I appreciate it. Now I got to take my shoes off.
All good, man. We're happy to be here.
All right. Now, for everybody out there, let's get a background check on each of you. And it doesn't matter who goes first.
Well, the background check is definitely not a first for any of us.
White Caucasian.
Okay.
Social security number and major credit card, please.
You're I'm I'm straight out of downtown, way black from the waist down. Hey man, you caught us. There's a lot going on. You caught us in a mood today. What do you want? You want band histories? Is that what you're looking for?
If you'll just tell everybody who you are and what band that you was previously with.
Okay. Chris Van Dahl, Cherry Street, LA Guns, 5 minutes as a bass player in Love Hate, Boneyard, and the only one that really counts right now, Angels in Vain.
Stacy Blades, guitar. Was in Rock's Gang for 8 years and LA Guns for 10 years. And Eric and I had a band in 2001 called Super Cool. So we have some history together as well.
Yeah, which was super cool.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Which is super cool. Eric Stacy, Faster Pussycat. Super cool with Stacy Blade and Vic Fox. And Bubble and with Jeff Boy, but like Chris said, mainly Angels in Vain.
There it is.
Okay, now, how did Angels in Vain form and whose idea was Angels in Vain? And I know over the last few weeks, y'all probably got bombarded with the same questions, and y'all probably can say this in your sleep.
Well, it'd be great because that would mean that we sleep, and since this started, there hasn't been much of that going on. So, Angels in Vain initially formed, or at least conceptually formed, about a year and a half ago when my guitar player, Taz, from back in the Cherry Street days, and I got to talking. I've been performing as Steven Tyler for Legends in Concert all over the world for about 5 years now. And I woke up one day and I said, man, I got to do something that's me. Because literally I was practically living my life as Steven. Mm-hmm. I'd go into a grocery store, people would chase me down. I'd be at an airport, people would chase me down. And I got to start feeling like the present that wasn't under the Christmas tree. It was like, oh my God, it's Steven Tyler. And I'd be like, I'm not Steven Tyler. And they go, oh man. So I wanted to do something unique, and I wanted to get in touch with what I loved about the music again. So I got a hold of Taz, and I said, hey, I'm thinking about doing something original. What do you think? The next day, he sent me like 13 songs that he'd been sitting on forever. He just had them sitting in a drawer. I don't know if he was waiting for the phone call or what, but that's kind of how it started. That's how the record got rolling. And we just quietly chipping away at it. He's a major producer engineer, and he lives in Texas now, but he's probably produced and recorded a lot of the bands that your fans are fans of. So he's kept his finger on the pulse, and things started to develop, and they got to the point where it was like, man, where are we going to take this? Well, I got a phone call from my friend Stacy. Stacy and I have been friends for years, and we've been in close touch over the past, 2-3 years or so. He says he moved to Las Vegas, and he and Eric were getting ready to do this fundraiser honoring David Bowie, because this is just after the time that Bowie had passed away. Mm-hmm. They were putting on this show, and it was kind of like a superstar sort of situation, and Stacy got in touch with me and asked me if I was interested in singing for it, and I, for the first time in a long time, got to say yes to something, because I'd always been gone when he'd asked me to do things in the past. So we started talking about it, and actually it turned out that this was Eric's deal. He was putting it together. Well, there was some conflict with the venue and promotion and production, and the show, for whatever reason, ended up not happening. But Stace called me back up, and he said, hey, we've got a core band here. What do you think about touring this, playing music from everybody's band? And I said, I'd love to, but I can't. He said, why not? I said, because I've got Legends and I'm kind of busy with other stuff. He goes, what other stuff? I said, okay, well, I'm working on a record. He goes, let me hear it. I was like, He goes, let me. So I sent him some tracks, and I guess he spoke with Eric in the interim, and they called me back up, and I'm going to let him take it from here.
Yeah, sorry. Eric's making me laugh.
It's always making me laugh, yes. So it kind of came together real quick, and we, I sent the stuff. I'd gone over to Eric's house, and Eric, another recruit from L.A., now in Vegas, the new L.A., played the stuff for Eric, and he freaked out. Wow, this is amazing. It just kind of cultivated from that, and it's been moving quickly, and we've all been kind of taken by surprise how amazing the response has been. The fans' response are just getting so much love, so much press. So we're really excited on how this is shaping. We shot two videos in the end of May, and those will be finished up sometime soon in the next few months for the single. But we decided, let's get some music out there because there was so much excitement and press that we wanted to release a pre-single. Mm-hmm. So that's where we're at right now.
Well, that's good. Now, the songs that's going to be on your upcoming album, now, how many of y'all are involved in the writing of the songs?
Well, Taz and I had a small handful of songs going into this, which is kind of what brought the band together. But since then, we've been writing collectively as a group. So, I mean, the entire album pretty much is going to be a joint. Can I say that on the air?
Yeah.
A joint effort.
It's after 9.
Yeah. What you're getting? Yeah. By the time the actual physical record comes out, it's going to be Angels in Vain. You know, I mean, this is a band. It's not one guy or two guys writing and then, you know what I mean, building around that. Everybody in this band is a songwriter, which is amazing. I think this is the first time I've ever been in a band where everybody's capable of writing and they're all strong writers. So it's pretty cool. There's a well-font of material there to choose from.
Now, how would you describe the band's type of music, the Angels in Vain music, if you had to describe it to someone?
I don't know. I guess you'd say it's just really good, driving, classic rock-oriented music with very modern production and some very modern twists. It's like nobody's reinventing the wheel here. There are only 12 notes, literally. But I think we're playing them in a way that nobody else is. It's got kind of a fresh, new, modern sound to it. I mean, it's, how do you describe something? It's like Chris said, it has a modern vibe to it, but it has of course, all of these, classic rock retro elements too. So it's got a nice cross appeal of the new rock sound, but has all the elements of that hard rock from the 70s. There you go. Fair?
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's hard rock, but it's got, a modern edge to it, modern production. I guess you could, if I had to best describe other bands, like early Velvet Revolver, it's heavy, but it has like a modern edge to it. Sort of, somebody the other day said some Stone Temple Pilots stuff, which I could see. Some of the heavier Stone Temple Pilots stuff. It's heavy, but it definitely has, it has some like kind of electronic drum sounds. It's got a modern edge to it, but it's still very heavy. It's kind of like Appetite for Destruction meets Marilyn Manson.
You're asking artists to describe their own music. It's almost impossible for us to do because we're close to it. I think the best thing you do is listen to it and let the fans listen to it, and I'd rather get their input.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's very the song to me is very refreshing to hear something that don't sound like it's produced like. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but it's refreshing to hear to me. I totally enjoy the song. So, do y'all have a date that y'all looking forward to have the album released?
No, we're just going to keep doing singles on iTunes, and like I said, we're in the production of the editing of the first video for 1973, which will be the actual official single. So we're going to test the waters, and right now we're getting a lot of buzz about the band. So we're going to kind of take that and create that buzz and let it work for us, as opposed to chasing a record deal for months and months and months. And things are going quickly for the band. So we're hoping to, by the end of September, the beginning of October, start playing live. See where things go, So there's no set date for the album, because we're still a fresh band, but we are working on a lot of music right now. So the goal is to keep releasing singles and keep riding this wave that's building for us. It's been awesome.
The nice thing about Angels in Vain is there's no set rules. We just kind of react to the public. The demand was really great, so we put out a pretty single. But we're just kind of, we don't have any preconceived timetable or rules or ideas on, a release date for this, or something has to be done by that, or so many songs by this. We're just writing and working and kind of trying to keep up with, the flattering demand that's come up.
And I know y'all said,
there you have it.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, I put an exclamation point at the end of the sentence. I'm like, there you have it. That's really it. We're working at our own pace. What the fans want, the fans are getting. Eventually there'll be an album, but that will come in time. In the interim, there will be a constant flow of music coming from the band and videos. So there won't be a lack of product. It's just what form it takes is still a question mark. What were you going to ask?
Also, that's great that you don't rush stuff out too. That's a good thing too. I know you said everything's been like a whirlwind type thing. Exactly about when did y'all start this project?
Literally 6 weeks ago.
6 weeks ago?
I mean, the first time we were all in kind of a room together playing was when we did the video. And so it was very complete opposite of what most bands do when they get together. They rehearse for months and write. So this came together very quickly. So it was kind of really refreshing. So it was like, hey, we're playing in a room together, filming a video to track. It was like, that was kind of a first for everybody. So yeah. It's kind of this flip thing that's been happening with us, and we're really enjoying it. So, that's the best way I can describe it. So, we're going to be doing rehearsals here next week and getting ready to put a set together to play live in the fall.
It's all happened very organically. We, like Jenna was saying earlier, Stacey and I had been working on this Bowie tribute after he died, and, it was kind of like, well, I play bass, I need to put a core band together. Stacey played guitar, we had been in bands together. We had Vic Fox committed to doing that. We needed a singer. Stacey knew Chris. And, lo and behold, it was kind of like, well, now we've got a band for this Bowie thing. And even though that show fell through, we just found ourselves with a really cool band and a cool group of guys that had, a lot of experience and were good at what they did. And so it just kind of naturally came together. But literally, our first meeting, Chris and Stacey and I, was in April. So, it's just
wow.
It's just really happening organically, quickly out of the reaction of the public.
That's awesome. Chris, my best friend is Michael Chambliss, and he's in Myrtle Beach, and so the crew wants to say hi. So it's Larry Turner, Michael, Doug Bruin, and Ice wants to say hello to you. They're watching on Facebook Live, so they wanted me to tell you.
What's happening?
So hey, Michael and the crew, he said, what's happening? So they're watching. They wanted me to say
I love those guys. I love those guys. We'll see you soon. We'll see you later in the year, right?
Yeah. So
they're all entertainers.
Yeah, I think they're
performers. Yeah.
I think Michael's probably about ready to go on in any minute now, I think. It's about that time, I guess.
Tell him I said don't screw it up.
Hey, Michael, he said don't screw it up. All right, let's see. Guys, you wanna play your single right quick for everybody?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Then we'll come back to a couple more questions for you. All right, everybody, we'll go ahead. First, let me ask you this question right quick. Who come up with the name Angels in Vain?
Kelly Nichols. That's an inside joke.
Kelly credit due.
Kelly's the original bass player for LA Guns.
And Faster.
Yeah, and Faster. Wow, that's right. And Faster Pussycat.
6 degrees of separation.
6 degrees of separation. Anyway, I did, but I got the reference out of some literature that was written in the 1800s. And after I went through the entire trademarking process, I found out that there were a group of guys, mutual friends of a lot of ours, that actually were in a band, same name, different spelling, like 20 years ago.
Longer, 30.
30 years ago. So, yeah, I mean, I personally had no idea, but that's just kind of an inside joke. But the real answer to your question is me.
Cool. Well, all right, everybody, we're going to play Angels in Vain. The song is No One Gets Out Alive. So, everybody, stay tuned, and we'll be right back with more of them live right here on the Fred Michaels Show. Life as a Rock Star right here.